In this video, we're going to talk about something special. Now, if you're really you're really trying hard in law of attraction, law of assumption, or abundance, you're trying to increase your abundance. You're trying to set goals. You're trying to set intentions, and it's not happening, or it's not happening fast enough. And at the same time, you're trying to figure out what's not working. What am I doing? Because it really comes back to us. What am I doing that's slowing down the process of law of attraction? What am I doing that's slowing down the process of me getting my attentions, me getting what I want? Now, one of the things that happens, what we have to remember with wealth, health, and prosperity, like my channel, is who we are in one area of our lives, okay, is who we are in every single area. Okay, my bad habits in one area of my life is going to spread to other areas. So that's what I mean. Your good habits, my good habits in one area of our lives is going to spread to other areas of our lives. That's why I say who you are in one area of your life is who you are in every single area. I mean, that's true. If you really sit back and think, that's 100% true. You just don't go to work and, excuse my language a little bit, you're a pain in the butt at work. Well, I can probably assume you're a pain in the butt at home. Okay, you're a pain in the butt at home with a girlfriend or boyfriend, your husband or wife. You're a pain in the butt with your kids. Okay, that's just normal psychology. Okay, it spreads. It doesn't. We don't just stay in one little box. Okay, it spreads to all areas of our lives. If we broke up areas of our life, that's who we are. It spreads like a disease, good and bad. Now take that philosophy. Now take the philosophy of Neville Goddard. You're setting your intention. You're setting big intentions. Okay, lots of times we're setting a big goal, a big intention that we want to achieve. We want to attract into our lives. Lots of times what happens is it's not coming to us because we have little bad habits. Okay, we have little things that we're doing throughout our day that's kind of repelling it from our lives. We're kind of keeping it from coming in. It's not that law of attraction isn't working. It is working, but it's working in a way that we don't want it to work. I've always said that in some of my videos. But what we have to do, we have to figure out, well, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working for me? What am I doing to slow down this process? One of the things I was thinking about, and I caught this from one of Neville Goddard's audio lectures. Now, it's on my playlist of Neville Goddard on this YouTube. If I can find it, I'll post it here. If not, I'll post his playlist here so you can go to the playlist. He does talk about in one of his audios. I just don't know which one. But he briefly talks about it. This is what he talks about. He gives an example in one of his audios that he's at this big event. He's at this huge restaurant at this big event, and it's not free. He's not at a charity. He's paying for it. And I forget what he orders. Okay, but he tells his story. He orders something. I don't know if he orders a steak or something like that, and he wants a certain sauce that comes with the steak, but the sauce didn't come with the steak. So he asks the waiter he flags the waiter to come over, and he says that, well, I would like this certain sauce with my steak. Can you go get it, please? And I guess the waiter, in his example, either gave him attitude or acted like he didn't want to get it. I can't really remember if the waiter came back once and said they didn't have it. But I caught what Neville Goddard said to him. Neville Goddard said something, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit. He said something like this. He said, well, am I eating here for free? And the waiter said, well, no. He said, is this a charity? And the waiter said, no. And he's like, I'm paying for it, right? And the waiter said, well, yes. Well, yes, sir, you are. And he's like, well, since I'm paying for it, this is what I want. I ordered this, and I specifically ordered this sauce with this food. That's the sauce that I want. So since I want it and I'm paying for it, can you please go get it for me? So then the waiter finally went and got his sauce and got the proper thing that he ordered and brought it back to him. Look what he did in that small example. This is a very small example, something that I wasn't thinking about right away, but it kind of popped in my thoughts this morning when I was thinking about it. Okay, this is a small fraction. Okay, now imagine. Okay, he's stating what he wants. He's clearly stating what he wants. Okay, he's not being rude, but he's kind of basically standing up for himself a little bit in this scenario. Plus, he's stating what he wants. He's paying for it. He's paying for food, and he's being clear, super clear on this is what I want. I ordered this steak, and I want this sauce to come with the steak. I want this because I'm paying for it. This if I was getting this for free, I wouldn't be complaining. Okay, I would just eat it because I'm getting it for free. If this was a charity event and I'm getting it for free, I wouldn't complain. But since I'm paying for it, this is what I want. In this small example, he's stating what he wants. Okay. The same thing what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is we set this huge intention for ourselves. And deep down, this huge intention, this huge goal we're trying to achieve, this huge goal of abundance we want to come into our lives, one of the reasons why it's not coming is because we truly don't believe that we deserve it. Okay, that's really why it's not working. Because in all the areas of our lives, when we go out through our day, the simple things, we don't state what we want. That's what I'm trying to communicate here. What Neville Goddard did in that example, those simple things, he stated exactly what he wanted on these simple things. And these simple things, since he stated exactly what he wanted, he got. So what happens if we kind of pull out of our lives, what simple things do I want? And we start achieving and we start getting the simple things in our lives, it's easier to, once we state a large intention, once we want a large goal, we become more confident that we deserve it. Then once we become more confident that we deserve it, I'm putting my hands up here, it will flow faster into our lives. Okay, we will start, once we think we deserve something, we start becoming closer and closer and closer in line with exactly what we want. Once we're in line with it on a vibrational level, it comes to us very quickly. So this is kind of a technique I really want you to try and really focus on. What are simple things that you want? Okay. And you can state clearly, no, this is what I want. What are simple things that you can go throughout your day and be so clear, 100% clear on what you want, and you get that? See, it's the simple things. The simple things that we do will give us a strong foundation to build up our confidence that we deserve to get what we state, to get what we want. Then as we start setting larger goals, we start setting a large intention, like I want to make $20,000 a month. I want my dream car. I want my dream house. I want to make this amount of money so I can give to charities over here. See, these are big goals. So what's happening is we're setting a huge goal, but in our own life, okay, when we look at other areas of our lives, we can't even set a small, teeny, tiny goal and get what we want. See what I'm trying to point out here? Just like in the Neville Goddard example, okay, he was in his example. Now, hopefully, I can find this audio for you so you can actually listen to it, and you can listen to that part that I'm describing. Like, he's talking so matter of fact. He's not being rude, but he's talking that this is what he wants. He's paying for it, so he expects to get it. He expects to get it because he is paying for it. He's not going to a charity event. He's not going to a free meal. Okay, since he's paying for it, he expects to get it. Or just like if you go to a restaurant, if you order a steak medium rare and it shows up well done, most of us go, oh, okay, I guess it's okay. Well, no, I'm paying $50 for the steak. Since I'm paying for it, I clearly stated I want it medium rare, so I want it medium rare. So can you please take it back, make me a new one, and have it medium rare, please. You're not being rude, but you're stating exactly what you want in these small examples. Then once you get what you want, okay, you become a little bit more confident in clearly stating what you want. Then these little things kind of build up to larger things that we want. Now, I'm not saying that we go out, now don't twist what I'm saying. I'm not saying we go out and we're rude to people and we're arrogant, but we can do it in a tactful way, just like in these examples. But what I find is, even in my own life, I don't, I might not be so clear on what I want. Okay, I might always change my mind. And and that's happening with big goals of yours, this is why I always said with wealth, health, and prosperity, you're doing it in every single area of your life, and you're doing it with teeny tiny little goals, plus you're doing the big goals. Okay, you gotta master your teeny tiny goals first. That's going to build your confidence. That's going to build your self-worth. That's going to build where you start saying, hey, I deserve this lifestyle. So this is what I want you to do. I really want you to sit back, be aware of what we're talking about here, and start going in your life where it's something simple, something really simple that you would kind of fluff off. It's like, no, I really want this, and I paid for it, so this is what I really want. Just like if you go to Starbucks, okay, sometimes I go to Starbucks and I get a caramel macchiato. And this really happened to me a couple times since I've been in Ohio. I don't know what it is with Ohio Starbucks. But anyway, this happened like 2 or 3 times within this year I've been in Ohio. And I went to Starbucks, I ordered a caramel macchiato, and I went up to order it, and I ordered a venti iced caramel macchiato or extra caramel. Then right away they come back and say, well, sir, we're out of caramel sauce. Is that okay? And I kind of jokingly laughed, and I said, well, no, because if you take the caramel away, that's not a caramel macchiato. You see what I'm saying? That's not what I wanted. I want a caramel macchiato. Now, if they're out of caramel sauce, I can't do anything. So either I order something else, or I go to a different Starbucks if there's a different Starbucks in the city. Sometimes in Ohio, there isn't, because it might be one Starbucks in the town. But I didn't just say, oh, well, that's okay. You know what I mean? But I wanted a caramel macchiato. So I firmly state, no, that's not what I want. And so on and so on. And so either I can pick something else or go to a different Starbucks. It's the same way if I go to Starbucks, and this happened too in this past year where they're making drinks super fast. I ordered a caramel macchiato, and I'm walking out, I taste it right away. I kind of look at it thinking, dude, they missed something. They didn't put something in it. It tastes weird. And then finally I figure it out. They didn't put when you make a caramel macchiato, it's caramel sauce plus they put some squirts of the vanilla syrup in there. Then plus it's espresso and milk. They forgot to put pumps of vanilla in there. So I took it back and I said, well, I think they didn't put in the vanilla pumps. Then the woman right away was like, well, I'm the one that made it. I know I put it in there. So I said, well, it tastes different. So, can you make me a new one, please? And she did. She didn't argue with me or whatever. Her facial expressions were kind of like, like she didn't want to do it. But I said, well, I know something's missing, because this is my favorite drink at Starbucks. So, there's something missing. There's something off with it. It doesn't taste like a caramel macchiato. It basically tastes like espresso and milk. And she made it for me, and I thanked her. And the second time she made it the right way, then I left and went on with my day. But in those simple situations, are you kind of getting what you want? I want a caramel macchiato. I paid for it. Okay, they didn't give it to me for free. I paid for it. And it should be made the right way. Okay, and I'm nice and I'm cordial with it. Okay, I'm not being mean. I'm not being a dick. Okay, but are you doing these things on simplicity? You're being this way in simple things in your life. Okay, another example. My mom likes the caramel frappuccinos from McDonald's, and I tried one and they're really good. So every once in a while, either I'll pick up a couple caramel frappuccinos, or my mom will text me and say, hey Chad, do you want a caramel frappuccino from McDonald's? And I'll say yes. One time I went and I got us both a caramel frappuccino from McDonald's. And this time I actually did what Neville Goddard did in this example, because this older woman, I pull up to the window to pay for it. Then you pull up to the second window to pick it up. And she handed me each at one time the caramel frappuccinos, but I don't have something to describe it. But imagine this was a caramel frappuccino. I mean, of course they're bigger than this, but it was only filled to like 3/4. And she had a little bit of whipped cream. Then she had that big dome lid on it. So it looked kind of silly because it didn't look like it was full at all. Okay. Plus they're like $5 each. Okay, like $10. Okay, so both of them are like this. It looked like she gave me a medium caramel frappuccino in a large cup, but I ordered 2 larges. Okay, that's basically what it looked like. And then she handed them to me, and then she kind of saw my face. I kind of like looked, and I said, "Well, can you do me a favor? Is there any way that you can add more caramel frap in these to fill them up all the way?" I go, "It kind of looks kind of silly." And because I said, "Well, I get them," and then she said something like, "Well, no, that's how the machine made them." And I said, "Well, that's not right." I go, "I get them here all the time." I go, "Either I get them or my mom gets them, and they never look like this." Then she was rude with me. After I said that, she was an older woman. She was rude. She was like, "Well," especially for like a small town mentality. Then she's like, "Well, I guess that's how you're gonna get them today." That's exactly what she said to me, and I almost quoted Neville Goddard almost verbatim, and I said, "Am I getting these for free?" And she said, "Well, of course not." And I said, "Exactly, I paid for them." So I said, "Since I paid for them, I go, I want them exactly done how they should be done." So I said, I want it filled up. I go, "You don't have to remake it, but if you can at least fill it up with caramel frap all the way to the top in a large cup how it should be, then I'll take it." So I handed her back. And I handed her back the one that was 3/4 full. Then I handed her the other one. Then she takes the second one. The second one was kind of okay, but then she's like, "Well, you want me to remake both of them?" And I said, "Yes," because I go, I'm driving far. I go, one's for me and one's for my mom. I go, and plus it's hot out. I said, plus it's like 90 degrees out here. This one's going to start melting while I'm waiting for mine for you to remake it. So can you remake both of them for me, please? Then she made it really, she made it like, like a face she didn't want to do it, but she did it. I was nice and cordial with it, but I stated, "Hey, am I getting these for free? Because if you're giving them to me for free, hey, I'll take them. But since I paid for them, I want them to look like the picture. Since I paid for them, I ordered 2 larges. I want it filled up to the top how it should be, and the whipped cream's in the dome. It doesn't appear like that you put 2 mediums on a large cup, and that's basically what it appeared like." Now, even in that instance, I handled myself cordially. I wasn't rude, but I stated clearly what I wanted. See, that's what we need to do. We need to start stating clearly on what we want, but with little things. And all these little things kind of build up where once we start stating what we want with bigger things, we become more confident. We become, "Hey, I deserve this." Now, hey, I deserve this because over the years, I work really hard. I sacrifice. I sacrifice my time. I spend money on myself for personal development. No, I deserve to have this lifestyle. Once you truly believe it, it aligns yourself and it comes faster to you. But anyway, I'm getting kind of long-winded. I didn't really want this video. I thought this video was going to be 4 or 5 minutes, but not 45 minutes, but 4 to 5 minutes. But anyway, it's like 20 minutes right now. But try this. I mean, focus on this. I mean, when you're not getting what you want, it's not that law of attraction isn't working. It's you're doing something in your daily habits that's keeping it from working, that's keeping it from coming to you. So there's a lot of little things. This is just one thing. This isn't This isn't the all be all to law of attraction, the all be all to law of assumption. But it's just one little thing that we need to work on and we need to be aware of. Am I falling in this type of trap? Is this what I'm doing on a regular basis? Okay. So keep that in mind. Hopefully that helps. Comment below. And comment, I mean, either it works for you, don't work for you. This is a community. This is a community kind of, we all help each other. We all have different good habits and bad habits. We all have different habits that help us achieve what we want. And we all have different bad habits that basically repel stuff from us. You know what I mean? But anyway, hopefully this helps. Comment below and I'll see you in the next video.